Welcome on the program this beautiful Tuesday morning. This is NTA Abuja Channel 5, the Unity Station. And of course, this program is called Good Morning Abuja. It's coming to you from the station that unites the nation. My name is Shuaibu Mustafa Labaran, and on the right this morning, there's a lot we have planned for you. Let us kickstart actually by saying Happy Children's Day to every Nigerian child out there, telling you that on this show we celebrate children, we commemorate your day, and we love you. And to show you how important how much we treasure you and how important we see you, we have a special presenter for today's show. And let me just introduce to you Divine Samuel. Divine, how are you?
I'm doing fine.
Happy Children's Day.
Thank you, and same to you.
So you are a presenter for today on this program.
Yes.
How does that make you feel?
Makes me feel nervous and calm.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Trust me, our viewers won't bite, and I'm sure they are excited to meet you. So what do we have lined up?
Today we have a lot lined up actually, but first of all, let's take our motivational segment, and Honorable Chinedu Obika is on standby.
Okay, so let's see what Honorable Chinedu Obika has to say.
Government cannot be able to do or carry the load of education alone, just like in the healthcare. The private sector must come in to assist, because if our society is not in good shape, if our children are not well educated, that is more problem for us as a country. So it's something that has to do with both government, non-governmental organizations, and any other individuals who have good heart. We have companies, we have individuals who can help to intervene in some of the problems that we're having in our schools. In terms of provision of school chairs, renovation of some of these schools, provision of school educational materials, I am also pleading that everybody should wake up to the job that is assigned to do. We need to do much more in our oversight functions to make sure that the funds made available are utilized.
What a man can do, a woman can do even better.
I welcome you on today's ride on the show Good Morning Abuja.
This is Window on Abuja.
We have everything it takes to compete with any nation all across the world.
How do we make it? We are not ready to produce.
I've been contributing to the development of your kingdom.
They know my story.
Hello and welcome to Young Hearts.
Our focus today will be on hepatitis B.
Ladylike.
This is Entertainment Gist.
In the 14th century, 15th, 16th century, and even 17th,
That is for zakah to cure our greed.
The purpose why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decided to create humanity.
the Bible talks about a man called Apollos.
This is NTA Abuja Channel 5.
See you same time.
And have a great and blessed week ahead. Welcome back. The program is Good Morning Abuja, and we're privileged to have in the house somebody who lightens our screen from the depth of his own creativity. Yes, I'm talking about somebody who has impacted so much, continue to make impact, and of course is passionate about what he does. This morning, we are so privileged on the occasion of the special edition of this program to be hosting Uchenna Agbo. Good morning and welcome on the show.
Good morning. Thank you very much. It's a beauty to behold that our NTA is still waxing very strong.
Thank you so much. We are doing the Lord's work here, and we know you are also doing the Lord's work there. Uchenna Agbo is the National Vice President for the Directors Guide of Nigeria and is aspiring to be the president in a soon to be conducted elections.
Yes, very much. You're very much correct. Yes.
Okay. So you're welcome on our show.
Thank you.
Now, because today's edition of the program, today's episode of the program is one that is carefully curated to speak to children, basically, since today's Children's Day. So, happy Children's Day to you.
Thank you, because I'm still a child of somebody.
Yes.
Incidentally, my daughter is also a child of Children's Day.
Yeah.
And she's celebrating her 4th birthday.
So happy birthday to her.
Of Richie, yes, that's her name. Yes.
Happy birthday to her. Happy birthday to all those who are celebrating their birthday today. Now let's delve into the crux of the matter. We're trying to see how we can sustain the culture of mentorship. You know, one of the problems we have is as if we're losing quality by the day. Now, your guild is one that is highly rated on ensuring quality, keeping to standard, making sure that instead of dropping, it goes higher. Yes. And that is one of the cardinal principles upon which you're campaigning to be the president.
Very much correct.
So let me ask now, mentoring in Nollywood, how would you describe it?
Well, first off, you are very much correct when you say that Directors Guild of Nigeria, which is actually the umbrella body housing the entire film and television director registered in Nigeria, is an apex guild, and very much correct. Again, we are responsible for the creative equity of thousands of film and television productions in Nigeria. So we are very much positioned for impact making. And then to your question, well, mentorship in Nollywood has always been a case of informal arrangement, where some directors who have gone way before now, a few of them tend to look back to mentor others. So it's been an informal arrangement. But what I've always proposed is a structured and systematic arrangement where it is imbued within the creative sector. Because let's be honest, those who came before us, one of their primary responsibility is to ensure that we that are coming after them are not just trained, but positioned in such a way that will become a success. We are also going to do that for the people that are coming, and the generation like that, it goes on and on and on. I've also been one who is in forefront of mentorship through my film institutions like Abuja Film Academy, Enugu Film Academy, Media College. Some of these institutions have lasted for over 7 years, 10 years, and it has been in the one of my greatest desire to train people, to mentor people. I didn't have such much privileges, coming into the industry. It has always been, it was a case of personal struggles, personal determination to get to the point where I am. I don't think that people coming after me deserve that. I feel like they deserve a structured mentorship program where that is part of what we are even proposing, is that we develop what are called the DGN fellowship program, where is a fellowship and residency program, where from time to time we bring emerging directors, emerging storytellers, emerging filmmakers, come into a space, house them for a period of 3 to 6 months, and bring some of the greats, the legends that most of us know, to mentor these people. Now, that is a culture that must be cultivated, because whether we like it or not, the culture of mentorship is one culture that must not be eroded, regardless of how the world evolves. Mentorship is that act that will help somebody who has already passed a road, who understands the intricacies of that road, to pick somebody else who's coming behind him and say, I know this road very well. Let me lead you by the hand and go through that. So the struggles I have passed through, you don't need to repeat. That is what mentorship is about. And I do that to a lot of young directors. I do that to a lot of storytellers, both in a formal and informal arrangement. I've mentored a lot of people not just through the academies, but through personal effort as well. I've also enjoyed mentorship through Tony Elumelu Foundation. I'm a product of Tony Elumelu Foundation program, mentorship program as well. I'm a product of so many structured mentorship programs. So I know how impactful mentorship could be. So if I'm going to define how it is right now in Nollywood, I would say it is still in an informal arrangement. However, what we are trying to now do is to formalize it, structure it, and make it systematic so that every storyteller, every filmmaker, every director will understand that this is a structured and systematic way of getting mentored. You can easily pick a mentor, and that mentor will be matched with you. So these are some of the systems and structures we want to put in place.
Amazing. Now, this is not something that will just happen overnight. It's not going to be a walk in the park.
Definitely.
Especially when you try to create structures and put standards in place. How do you intend to go about it? And what are the possible challenges you're encountering as we speak?
Definitely, a lot of people are always very scared of change. Some people like to maintain an old tradition. Some people want to just stick by what they know or what they are comfortable with. However, change, it can be painful sometimes, but it's important. In fact, it's part and parcel of the process of evolving. So yes, part of the challenge that we might face could be the issue of funding, could be the issue of acceptability, but what makes one a leader or what makes one desire for leadership position is being able to understand how to go about it. So how do we intend to go about it? Basic. We have already put the step-by-step processes. What that means is that we must begin to look at international organizations, look at even local organizations, individuals, cultural organizations, government agencies that are willing to partner with us. I am a product of partnership. I always insist we must look for partnerships. Partnerships will make things that look difficult look easy. So we must seek some of these organizations that are willing to partner with our organization to mentor people. Now, when we get these organizations, the next thing will be to present our execution strategy plan to them and say, this is how we intend to, and this is how many people we intend to mentor within this period of time. And then we can now begin to talk about the funding requirements. And trust me, when the plan is right, the funding will come from these organizations I have mentioned. And even from within, there are individuals that are very, very, very interested in mentorship because they too are a product of mentorship. And when you sell this idea to them, they will come in with funding. And like I said, it is going to be structured. It's no longer going to be just informal arrangement. And if it is properly structured, the results are there, the projections are there. When the execution plans are laid on the table and people can see the viability of the plan, they will key into it.
Now, it's no news that some people are just blessed talent-wise. Like
True.
They just come into the industry and it's as if that industry was built waiting for them to come.
Yes, true.
But do those people still need to be mentored?
Of course.
The mere fact that they are super talented.
No, of course. Everybody, one way or the other, needs mentorship. That's truth. True. My lecturer will always say that acting is an innate human sensibility, for instance, which means it has to be inborn. Regardless of how talented you are, whether as a movie maker, as a storyteller, as an actor, as whatever, right? You still need a mentor because mentorship transcends the art of knowing the art. It transcends that. It's also the art of building discipline, accountability, transparency, being able to build people who also have integrity. That is part of what mentorship does. And in any society that does not cultivate the culture of mentorship, you will always see that society will suffer. They will suffer in many ways than one because the people coming behind may not understand the cultural perceptions and how to key into it. So what mentorship does is to bridge the gap. So beyond your talent, you also need to be mentored in a way that you can even make a business out of the talent. Being talented is one thing. Understanding the business of the talent is another thing. So there is so much aspects of mentorship. It's not just the fact that you are talented. You're talented, okay. So how do you go about it? How do you step into the industry? How do you upscale? Because even when you have started and you have become successful at a certain stage, you still need to upscale. And that is what mentorship does. Mentorship also provides you with somebody you can be accountable to. You have to know, you have to have anybody in life, whether as a child or as an old or as an adult, right? That do not have somebody that can pick up a phone and call him and say, stop there, and he stops, right? That person might likely have a problem.
That's very true.
And that's what mentorship brings.
Let's go on a short break now. There's still so many questions I want to ask you, but we'll quickly take this break. When we come back, trust me, Uche Nagwe is still here with us, and he'll be telling us a lot more on mentorship. Welcome back. The program is still Good Morning Abuja, and yes, we've been having a very interesting conversation with Uchenna Agbo, the Vice President of National Directors Guild of Nigeria, DGN. Sorry, I'm so carried away by your star presence here at the studio, and I'm just
No, it's okay. It's okay.
You know, you get that a lot, right? Like,
well, sometimes because the office comes with a lot of responsibilities.
Yes.
So when they see you, it's not just about the person, the individual they're looking at, it's the office you carry that make people be like, oh wow, you know. And God bless me with a very small body.
Well, now let me talk about the guild now.
Yes, please.
Yes. With all the things that are happening, with your personal drive to see that mentors emerge and that the young have people to look up to, what are the things that are the roles that guilds like yours play?
Okay, so first and foremost, the guild is more like a community where you have the old, the emerging, the young, and the bridge. I call them the bridge. The bridge are people who cut across the older generation and the newer generation, right? And so that community is like a pool. Personally, my own testimonial, personally, I've been privileged to be as successful as I am because of the access I have to some of these industry greats, right? So what would be very difficult for somebody to attain, certain individuals that would be difficult for you to pull for any of the activities that you're organizing or putting together, right? It's easier for me because I have close proximity because of the fact that I belong to a community called a guild, right, which is DGN. It's also interesting for me to note that I'm also the founder of Coast Film Festival. It's an international film festival that is domiciled in Southeast Nigeria, about the biggest. And for 5 years that it has been running now, it has become an industry statement that anytime the event is being organized or is holding, there's a lot of industry presence in Southeast, especially in Enugu, because of my relationship, because of my close proximity that DGN has afforded me, because I've been able to because I belong to a community that has network of high profile professionals. So the guild is an avenue. It depends on how you want to utilize it, but it provides a very beautiful ground for the younger generation to excel, because you will be within the guild and you are going to see people who have the legendary figures, people you consider as legends. You're also going to see emerging voices who are doing amazing work. So that will also challenge you to say, okay, let me do better because this my contemporary is doing better.
When you mentioned the legends just now, I wanted to ask you this question. Do you think the legends themselves, those greats, those big names we hear and we've watched from maybe when we're much younger, do you think they've done enough in transferring the knowledge they've gathered? I know you are a product of you.
Yes. Well, the thing is, let's be honest. Knowledge is evolving, right? Some of them, right, have been doing a good work. I must concede to that. Some of them have really mentored people, because you stay in a group of a place where they will say, this person has mentored me. Because of this person, I've been able to be this or be that. So yes, we have some of these legends who are doing their best, although not a structured system, right? However, there are some of them who have not done as much. So it's a balanced situation. We have some of the greats who have mentors, and we have some of the greats who do not have mentors, right? Sorry, who do not have mentees. let me correct that. We have some greats, some legends who have mentees who can actually attest that these legends have influenced them positively. And let me also say, there is a kind of mentorship that is not a direct mentorship. There's direct and indirect mentorship. Now, direct mentorship is where I come to you and say, sir, please, I want you to be my mentor. I submit myself under you, and then I learn the rope. Now, indirect mentorship is where you read about people. For instance, one of my mentors is Tyler Perry. I've never met him physically, but I've seen all his movies, all the movies he's ever produced that I have access to. I've read his book. I've followed all his talk shows. So now, indirectly, he's mentoring me. I picked him as my mentor. I follow him. I see how he's one of the most successful Black American filmmaker, right? Now, that gives me, watching his works, reading his book, opens up his mind, because when you watch a man's work, especially a man who's as consistent as Tyler Perry, when you read his book, when you listen to him speak, it opens his mind and his operational values to you. You can actually learn or be mentored indirectly through that process. So some of those legends, even those who have maybe haven't mentored people directly, may have in one way or the other mentored people through indirect means.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, if you were to pick a mentee, say somebody approaches you and say, hey, Chen, I would like you to mentor me. I would like to be like you when I grow up, especially since we're celebrating Children's Day today.
Okay.
I'm sure there are lots of young people out there who are watching this program now and saying, hey, I want to be like you when I grow up. What would be the things you look out for in that mentee?
First and foremost, I need to look out for your drive, your desire to succeed. You know, because of people tag me ambitious, and I don't think that is a bad thing. If I have a child, I want that child to be very ambitious. I want that child to be, because having ambition is having the desire to succeed. You must have an intrinsic desire to succeed. That should be your number one priority. So if I see somebody that desires to succeed, that is one of the values I look out for. Secondly, are you teachable? Are you teachable? Because there are some people who are not teachable. They already have a formed opinion. There's nothing about it. If you are coming to me to mentor, you must first and foremost discard whatever you think is the pattern and listen to me. For the fact that you chose me, right? For the fact that a mentee chose me to mentor you, it means you must have seen things that made you come to me. So if you want me to mentor you, you must be ready to be teachable. If you are teachable and you have the desire and hunger to succeed, oh boy, you are very much welcome. Because those two elements, right, will help me. It means that you're palpable. It means you can be molded, right? And your character can be molded. Your integrity can be molded. Your stance can be molded, right? And it's one area I'm very passionate about. So if you have those two things, if you have the desire, if you're ambitious enough, you have the hunger to succeed, right? Regardless what may be. Like my favorite quote will always be, if you cannot see the bright side of life, polish the dull side. If you have that kind of strong will, right? If you have that kind of strong will, you're pretty much welcome. I look out for that, and then I look out for people who are teachable, people who can listen, right? Yes, those two are among the top priorities for me when I'm picking a mentee.
Oh, wonderful. I know we are running out of time on the show. I'm already getting the sign from my producer. But quickly now, let's hear your final words, especially as we mark Nigeria's Children's Day.
Children are very special people. I have 3 of them in my house. And it's been a wonderful opportunity being a father. You know, one of the things that fatherhood teaches you is patience. Fatherhood teaches you patience. Fatherhood teaches you acceptance, because the children will so stretch you, but you must be patient enough, because that's the only way they express themselves. So when you meet adults who may be behaving like children, you will be patient enough to listen to them, because you have children that you are listening to. So for my little babies out there, I want to take this special occasion to tell you something. I'm talking about children generally now. You are born great. Let nobody tell you that you are not born to succeed. whether you have the opportunity to be born with silver spoon in your mouth or you don't have, listen, you have equal human opportunity to be a success. Not in school, not in church, not in home should anybody talk you down and make you think that you are not a special being. As a child, you are a special being. And being a special being means you can become whatever thing that you desire to become. Thank you.
Amazing. You heard that? Whether you have a silver spoon in your mouth or not, so long as you have a mouth, then there is every possibility that the spoon that goes into your mouth will be a silver one. Either put there before you were born or you yourself putting it there. And that would be driven by your desire to succeed. Ambition is good, as we've learned. And I like that quote of yours that said, if you can't see the bright side of life, please polish the dull side that is close to you. It's on that note now that I must say we have to run. It's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you.
And all the best in the forthcoming election.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
The program is still Good Morning Abuja. There's still a lot on the show.
Hi everyone and a happy Children's Day. So today I'm here with a friend Alvin who is 10 years old and he's going to tell us all about his heroes and why they and how they inspire him. So Alvin, please can you tell us all about your heroes?
Okay, so thank you for you people having me here. My heroes are President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and also Cristiano Ronaldo, the footballer.
Okay, so now among those your two heroes, who is your favorite amongst them and why do you like the person?
I like President Bola Ahmed Tinubu because I like him that he will change Nigeria for us very good and I love it.
Do you know your hero personally?
Not really, but I'm hoping to see him one day.
What is that one thing presently that your hero does that you wish you could do too?
Make the world better.
That's nice.
And to also be a footballer too and win trophies.
Has your hero ever made you feel better or happier when you're having a tough time with it?
Makes me happy. And also I like Cristiano Ronaldo because he's a very good player and I just love him.
That's good.
And I also love his football celebration because he always makes me jump anytime I score a goal.
If you could be someone's hero, what would you like them to remember you for?
Like about my legacy this time, winning trophies, enjoying my life being a footballer, and be scoring goals so that they can give me money, euros, all of this type of money.
Thank you very much for your answer. Alvin, thank you very much for being on our show today and happy Children's Day.
Thank you for having me here. Happy Children's Day.
Happy Children's Day to all the children in the world. We'll be taking a short break to enjoy a musical video by Nas titled I Know I Can. Thank you very much and we'll be back shortly. Welcome back from the weather forecast. Tabaran, I hope you enjoyed the show.
Yes, I had an amazing time watching you present this program and I've been able to connect with our viewers. You did an amazing job.
Thank you very much for the compliments.
Thank you too. So this is NT Abuja Channel 5, the Unity Station. My name is Labaran Mustafa and our presenter this morning has been
Divine Samuel.
Divine Samuel, kudos to you and thank you for taking us on this ride. We will see you again next week. Let's say Happy Children's Day to all the amazing children out there and Happy Children's Day, of course, to the parents. Everybody was once a child. We are all children of this great country. Happy Children's Day to you, Divine.
Happy Children's Day to all the children in the world.
All right. On behalf of the entire crew, I want to say do have a blessed and lovely day ahead. Bye.
Bye.